So our next contest, our opening contest for this show was I don't know. I have a mixed bag feeling about this. It was Rhea Ripley defending the Raw Women's Champion against Charlotte Flair and Asuka.
Yeah.
I thought they worked really hard, and there were some great moments in this match, just overall. But, for a Rhea Ripley match, or for any of these three girls match, I'm not terribly surprised. But I don't know. There was something here that felt too choreographed.
Yeah, it felt a little too choreographed for my taste.
Right.
Too many moving parts. And
They tried to do too much.
Yes.
You can do a triple threat match. Remember, and this is one of these matches where less is more at the end of the day, and they just didn't get that.
Right. Now, rivalry-wise, it was okay coming in. It was pretty typical. This is, the thing is that we're essentially at the Backlash pay-per-view for WrestleMania.
This is Backlash.
There isn't really
It's
lot.
literally WrestleMania.
There
Backlash.
not really a lot of new stuff going on. It's just kind of an extension. Adding Charlotte's okay, but it's just like
when we talk about fucking wrestling lesson, there's definitely going to be a difference there. Let's put it that way.
Right, because you think about WrestleMania and you think that they want to start some new stuff, right?
But wrestling lesson is going to be a great example of literally all of this.
But they in recent years they really haven't done that.
Mm-hmm.
You can see some good examples of it. Like I like the Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair sort of vibe, but we've seen this before.
We literally saw it on
last
Quarantine WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Right. Now, we never really got like a full-blown resolution to the rivalry because there wasn't really anything for Charlotte to have. I mean, she defended it against, I think it was with Rhea Ripley.
It was Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai. Yep.
It was Io Shirai was in it who won with her historic reign. So really at the end of the day, was Rhea Ripley really there? I mean, I don't think she was. She was just there for the namesake.
Right.
And kind of in the same way as this, they wanted Charlotte in the match because it's Charlotte.
Right.
The match itself was fine. I wasn't mad about it. But
it was just kind of there.
But Rhea Ripley did pin Asuka. I'm going to assume that what's going to happen at this point is that they're going to be continuing Charlotte and Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's belt, and Asuka will be pushed to the wayside because Flair is back.
Right.
So
there you have it.
Yeah, I can't really say I'm mad about it, but I'm mad about it.
Let's move on to the third match.
Let's
move on to the second match of the main.
All right, let's make Pro Wrestling Majestic again.
Can we just get this out of the way?
Yeah, no,
no zombies. No.
So, okay, you know what? Let's just go right into this right off the gate because obviously we're going to do this. We're just going to do this all in one big
Let's just start ranting this shit.
So, let's talk about this one just right off the bat. So, number one.
Fuck.
No to fucking zombies. The only time when zombies are actually fucking acceptable in my goddamn world is if it's in a backstage segment and if the person is fucking supernatural. Other than that, there was no fucking point.
It was an obvious plug for
other than to sit there and fucking jerk off Batista until his blue cum comes out on Vince McMahon's fucking face. It did not give a fuck. It ruined a match that could have been actually fairly decent if it was an actual lumberjack match between fucking The Miz and goddamn Damian fucking Priest. But no, they did this, and honestly, it devalued them to me as individuals.
I mean, you ruined Damian Priest. There goes his run. Bye.
Hopefully you go to fucking AEW where maybe you're treated better than dog shit.
I know. It's like, this is WWE's MO. So they take someone in from NXT, he's the hottest act, and then what do? You shit all over him.
Right, you shit the fucking bed, and then you blame everybody else, is what happens when you have 30 fucking writers. Let's talk about...
what's The Miz going to do? Okay, so where does The Miz is obviously a company guy for life. He's a lifer. He doesn't care what happens.
He's gonna get a fucking retirement package and a 401k from this fucking company.
Anyways, let's talk a little bit about what The Miz's future is. Damian Priest has no future in this company.
He's probably going to have a couple of really bad matches. Hopefully he doesn't re-sign. If he does, he's a fucking idiot. And then he's going to go somewhere else.
He's going to languish on main event.
Yep. He's going to languish on fucking main event like we see every goddamn other person, and I hate it because he's so good.
And then what about The Miz?
The Miz is going to continue to kind of be that middle-of-the-road guy.
Yeah.
He's probably not going to win another WWE title. If he does, great, because obviously The Miz has busted his ass. And they made they tried to make chicken salad tonight, but they did it on WrestleMania. They really did. And it's something to really atone to that. But unfortunately, Damian Priest got over by himself, so he's kind of sucked, and The Miz is fine. Who cares? At this point, this kind of ruined it for both of them. Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon, you can suck literally the fattest part of my dick. Anyway, let's talk about Rhea. I mean, really, do we really have to say really anything about how to make this more majestic again? Get more comfortable, ladies. You guys were wrestling in quicksand.
I know, it was bad. These guys should have practiced. Practice. Oh my God.
The rivalry itself was fine. I love the stuff with Charlotte. I really do. Her thing with Sonya Deville, I would honestly, if it was up to me, I would have done some bullshit and actually had Sonya Deville come out here to continue to perpetuate the favoritism to Charlotte.
I want Sonya Deville to be Charlotte's manager.
I don't know. I kind of like her still being that authority, but still kind of playing favorites. If they still kind of did something like this to perpetuate
that. You know what? They should do a rematch of this with Sonya Deville as a special guest referee.
That would be cool.
That would be awesome.
So here's my thing. This match itself wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad match. The ladies worked hard, but there were just some places where it looked too choreographed. It could have been done a little bit better. But I thought actually the rivalry going into it was fine.
I can see Charlotte being a mega heel.
Oh yeah.
With Sonya Deville being the only referee that she trusts, and then Sonya Deville as a referee puts Charlotte over every single match.
Right.
That'd be kind of cool.
Right.
It would be an interesting twist on a manager whatever that we've seen a million times.
Right, absolutely. I think that'd be a really cool dynamic that I would personally enjoy.
It's like she's not just the manager, she's the personal referee of Charlotte.
That'd be really cool. Let's talk about what was the second match?
Doesn't matter. We're going out of order anyways.
Let's just talk about this one because I have it up already. So overall, I thought the injury angle was kind of useless.
It was useless. There really wasn't anything.
But overall, I did like the bullying aspect.
And see, that is where I want to continue with this rivalry. I want to continue. I want to continue to see Bobby Roode and
now it was obvious of what happened.
Roode and Ziggler. I want to see them continue to bully and manipulate Dominik, and make Dominik less, I guess, comfortable or confident in his abilities to cause him to start losing matches, even on his own dad's behalf.
Right. And I think that'd be really interesting because they're already putting that in there. It's like, oh, we could have done better. Maybe it would be better with us. Maybe even see some sort of pseudo heel turn with Dominik and Rey.
Oh, what about Murphy joining not Dominik, Murphy joining Roode and Ziggler?
I can see that.
Yeah.
Because obviously now Murphy...
There's that history there.
Yeah.
There's that trust.
Yeah, thank God they stopped that.
Oh, I know. But anyways, that's a way to continue without really continuing it.
Right. Maybe even have Buddy Murphy possibly doing that same kind of manipulation tactic against Dominik to set that up and maybe do something else. But all I know is that the wrong person, even though I chose the Mysterios to win because they obviously wanted to make history, for storyline purposes about everything, they kind of did this wrong. I honestly think they did. But, it is what it is. It was actually fine. I like this match a lot, so we'll move on. Let's talk about Belair Bayley.
Okay, so Bianca Belair needs a little more experience.
She just needs a little more time. I mean, that's it.
She needs
a little more time.
And see, that's why I think that joining her up with the Street Profits and doing something like that would be beneficial for her because it would hide her weaknesses.
Number one, she shouldn't have gone up to the main roster when she did.
That was a little too soon.
It's just a little too soon, and we complained the same thing about Lacey Evans. It was just a little too soon. You gotta keep them in there unless they're like indie darlings like your Adam Coles and your Kyle O'Reillys.
Your Charlotte Flairs, whatever. Like,
Charlotte Flair was trained there, but I think Charlotte Flair is that rare exception where she's fucking Charlotte Flair. So Ric Flair obviously did something there. But, Bayley is just awesome. I love Bayley. And honestly, if
If they want to continue with this is fine.
If there was a little more seasoning on that Bianca Belair cake, this match would have been over the top spectacular.
Yes, absolutely.
And it really wasn't a booking thing. I kind of like that whole Bayley bullying Bianca. But I think at this point, maybe you can't really do that anymore because Bayley lost clean.
And see, that's my biggest problem.
Well, it wasn't really clean. It was still a roll-up. So honestly, in a way, it wasn't clean.
No, it wasn't clean.
So you could theoretically do something more with this. That's fine.
Yep.
Let's talk about this one. At this point, Drew McIntyre needs to get out of the title scene.
He does.
I'm tired of him having title matches.
Me too.
Get him away from it for at least a while. Maybe kind of slowly integrate him back into that title scene around Royal Rumble time.
Right. He's done for me.
He has had way too many title shots, and I get it. There's nothing against McIntyre, but let's continue and perpetuate new contenders,
and
have them continue.
Who would be a good contender though for Bobby Lashley?
I would rather see Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley in a singles match for the title.
Yep, do a Hell in a Cell.
Yep,
in a Hell in a Cell match.
That'd be great. Maybe even a Braun Strowman Drew McIntyre match, #1 contender for SummerSlam, at least to get McIntyre away from it for at least a month.
Right, but what's Bobby Lashley? What's Bobby Lashley's future? I guess. Who do you see in the pipeline besides these two for the title? I mean, maybe Randy Orton, but Randy Orton's doing his thing with Riddle.
Right. With Randy Orton, there's that thing with Riddle. You see, that's the problem, though. They really haven't built
maybe the
anybody
Fiend.
else.
If the Fiend comes back.
Yeah, okay. So let's talk about the Fiend even before we do this. Bray Wyatt has had at least a little bit more of a struggle regarding the death of Brody Lee. So
I could see the Fiend come back for SummerSlam to face Bobby Lashley.
I can see him come back at SummerSlam. Maybe there's like a big #1 contenders match next week or tomorrow or whatever. They start building that match pretty well. Obviously, they've had like the Riddle Bobby Lashley thing there. Maybe a triple threat with Riddle and Randy Orton.
Right, and if you have Braun Strowman in there, obviously that's a pretty good in, I think, for someone like Bray Wyatt.
Right. Maybe do something with that.
Yeah.
Really just depending on Bray Wyatt's mental health. But I feel like at this point, Braun Strowman at least needs to be there.
Yeah.
But if not, I could see Strowman and Drew McIntyre continue their rivalry. They have really good chemistry.
They do, but the #1 contenders, no one's going to be interested. They want to see a title match with Bobby Lashley in it. That's what they want to see.
Well, yeah, but I mean, with Bobby Lashley, for me, I would actually keep Bobby Lashley off of pay-per-view until SummerSlam.
Seriously? They're not going to do that.
I know they're not, but that's what I would do.
Well, of course, that's what you would do.
Because they got to build people. And if Bobby Lashley is continuing to defend the WWE champion against fucking Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman, then what the fuck is the point?
Right, exactly. So
keep Bobby Lashley off of it for a while. Maybe have him start a budding rivalry with somebody, have them prove themselves at pay-per-views by maybe even beating those two because there's 2 pay-per-views in between now and SummerSlam.
Like I said, I think it'd be a great time to introduce the Fiend a little bit.
Right. But they gotta beat these 2 contenders. They gotta beat Strowman and McIntyre.
No. I mean, if you're Bray Wyatt, you don't have to do that. You just get your title match.
I know.
I can see some Alexa Bliss manipulation of not only Bobby Lashley but also of MVP.
I would keep Alexa Bliss away from these people as much as mentally possible, honestly. Alexa Bliss is literally doing her own thing with the women's division. I hate that as much as it is. So clearly, I wouldn't even put them involved with this at all. I just wouldn't.
Okay, fair enough.
That's just me personally. But, it's just kind of hard to know. We'll see kind of what they want to do with it. They obviously have the roster for it, and they have some time so they can build something to SummerSlam.
Right.
But I would just not have the title defended until then, to be honest.
Whatever. Okay. Anyways, let's move on to the next one.
I actually think we're at the last match. I think we're at Reign Cesaro.
Okay.
Yeah, we're at Reign Cesaro. So
rematch in Hell in a Cell. That's it. I mean, that's what you have to do.
No, here's my thing.
There's too much outside interference, obviously.
No. Here's my thing. I want to see, because we had Jey Uso and Roman Reigns, which were fantastic matches. We're seeing that deception. We're seeing that.
You want to see Jimmy Uso versus Roman Reigns?
I do. I want to see that a couple of times. Cesaro beats Jey Uso to gain that number one contendership for SummerSlam, even at Hell in a Cell or the pay-per-view after, which, if I'm not mistaken, that's Extreme Rules.
Maybe, yeah.
And then Cesaro proves himself again to continue to perpetuate it. Reigns maybe not defend it for a month because they can't just have the main champions defend it every fucking month.
They do it anyways.
I know they do.
You know,
fuck it.
Let's be realistic here. At the same time that we're trying to do,
we're making pro wrestling majestic again. That will make it majestic again. They don't have to defend the fucking title every goddamn show. It's not necessary.
But they do.
I mean, AEW's world fucking champion is so prestigious. You know why? Here. Let me give you guys a fucking pro tip.
It's not defended every fucking month.
It's not. It's literally not. So there's no point of having both titles defended at every fucking pay-per-view every fucking month. It doesn't make sense.
Right.
We need to build rivalries. And unfortunately, because they want to defend both titles at every fucking event, it's hard to do that. If you want to make pro wrestling majestic again, if you want to make WWE majestic again, you can't do that anymore.
Right.
You gotta build the credibility of other people. You don't have to build the credibility of Roman Reigns.
He's already champion.
You don't have to give Bobby Lashley any more credibility. Fucking pro tip!
He's already champion.
So there's no reason for it. That's why Brock Lesnar was such a great WWE champion.
He wasn't defending it every fucking week.
He wasn't.
That's true.
I mean, people always bitch about Brock Lesnar, but then when he was on pay-per-view, you know it was special because they had time to build those contenders.
Because he was champion.
Exactly. And people bitch about it, and now I'm sitting here saying, I want Roman Reigns away for a minute. He doesn't have to do it anymore. Like, fuck. You have an Intercontinental Championship, for God fucking sake. Instead of giving a stupid fucking medal to a New Zealander pretending to be Nigerian, how about you build something around that? That's what that title is supposed to be. But no, they want to sit there and jerk themselves off. Ugh.
Anyways, is there anything else you want to add?
No,
like any other? What about other?
Straight into my point.
Yeah. Well, what about other titles or anything like that? I would love to see the Raw Tag Team Champions defend the next pay-per-view.
I would too. I would honestly love to see the Raw Tag Team Champions defended. They have Viking Raiders back, and they're winning matches. I would like to see something.
The Viking Raiders versus Omos and AJ.
That'd be great. That'd be cool. You have, Omos, who's a big powerhouse. AJ, who's...
What's going on with our friend Apollo Crews?
I told you he's giving stupid medals to somebody who's trying to pretend to be fucking Nigerian.
Oh, that's right.
He's with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, which honestly, I don't mind them being there. A solid little mid-card thing going on there. But with Big E, let's maybe put him up there and start looking at the Universal Champion.
Yeah.
Because that's what they wanted to do.
Right.
But they're not doing that right now.
Not
they're
yet.
just sitting there jerking off Cesaro, Roman Reigns, and the fucking Usos in a weird gangbang human centipede orgy.
It's fine because I like the Usos dynamic and it's really interesting.
Right. Oh, I love it. I really do. And with Raw, I mean, we already just bitched enough and a half about that. But once again, you run into that thing that they're defended every week and you can't do anything. You got to build more people.
Right.
You have such great talent. AJ's good where he is, building up Omos. And it's fine because you have that workhorse with AJ, that experience, and Omos is looking like a fucking killer. And I'm so happy about it because they're doing Omos right. So, I mean, really, that's all I really have to say about this. Pink Guy, do you have anything else to add before I start screaming again?
No, let's talk a little bit more about the zombies.
So, the zombies can all die in a fire. The Miz,
but they're already dead.
I mean, Maurice has had enough fucking tequila to kill a bull elephant due to watching that, and I'm pretty sure that she put the kids to bed before that because she knew it was going to be dog shit. And hopefully that those 2 little girls will never see their father in that kind of bullshit, because it was just that. It was embarrassing. And Johnny Drip Drip can go fucking to hell. And unfortunately, his wife had to watch him.
Hey, hop. No,
I'm going to kill Peanut Gallery later. So anyway, next week.
We have a very special episode for you next week. I cannot wait.
Now, has it been... Now, is this confirmed?
This is from the SEC.
Okay. We are going to be reading verbatim. There's going to be no wrestling lesson, no heckling from the hard camera. It's literally going to be just one long-form show. We're going to look at an FCC confirmed WWE contract, and not just that, a main eventer contract.
Yes, we're talking a Stephanie McMahon-Levesque WWE contract.
And we're going to put it right on the goddamn screen.
And we're going to go
link
line,
to the bottom of that motherfucker.
And we are going to go line by line, a precept by precept, and we are going to dissect the hell out of this contract.
Do you think honestly, okay, here's an idea. Do you think we should actually do a live reading?
Like a live, yeah.
Not pre-recording like we're due, like live.
Ooh.
You know what? Fuck it. It's going to be live.
It's going to be live.
It's going to be live. We're going to do it 100% live, because there's no cutting, no anything.
Right.
Live. 100%.
Yep. And we'll just have it on the screen. We'll have it on the screen back here.
Yep.
And we're just going to read right through it.
And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to link the actual PDF in the description so you can read along with us. And that's just how we're going to do it. I'm going to record it for our podcast as well. But if you're on YouTube, you're actually going to watch it live with us.
Yes.
So that's going to be awesome. So keep a lookout. Subscribe to our channel. Join us down below. Become a patron for really cool content. We're going to have some really cool things where we're going to be adding new shows when we reach certain amount of people adding. And so check that out. And as always, be
majestic.